You're winding down 2025 and you didn't hit your DSCR goals for this year. There are still approximately 10 days left in the month. You could put several deals under contract, but more than likely you won't be able to close them. So guys, this week, I want to talk about how you can effectively move deals that you do these last 2 weeks into 2026 and get your year off right. So guys, welcome back to the show, Chasing Financial Freedom. I'm your host, Ryan Dement. We're talking DSCR loans. And yes, I teased about getting deals under contract, but not being able to close before the end of the year. Contracts that we've accepted this year, the latest one we've gotten is December 10th, and that will actually close either on the 30th or the 26th. So roughly 21 days or so to close it this month, but they had bought those all the way up to that point. I have several other contracts that have come in after that, depending on where the actual appraisal comes in at and the sense of time frame. They've been taking anywhere between 5 and 7 business days to come around in December. Those potentially could close by the 31st. Today is the 22nd. There is probably no way in heck that I could actually get you a loan closed by the 31st, unless you already had an appraisal in hand. We have a lender picked out ready to go, and you have everything that you actually need for your LLC and to close in your actual entity. So can you take this momentum from 2025 or lack thereof and roll into 26? Yes, you can. These last 2 weeks, you could be putting deals under contract. We could get appraisals ordered, have lenders identified, and start moving the actual loan forward. And then you start hitting the ground running in 2026. Everybody right now, and I don't know why, I understand it's the holidays, you spend time with family and friends. I'm all for that. But it doesn't mean you let your foot off the gas pedal for the whole month of December and even part of November. It just seems like people that I've been speaking to for the last, let's call it 6 weeks, have said, we're not going to put any more deals under contract. We're not buying any more investment properties. We're not going to use any financing. Well, wait till 2026 and see what it looks like. Just think of it this way. You start 2026 off, you're 6 weeks behind already. 6 weeks behind. So that puts you in the middle of February before you potentially could actually have deals close. And that's pushing it. You have to go find the deals. You have to make sure you get it under contract. Is the DSCR ratio right? Is it 1.25 or higher? If you're just doing a 1.0, more than likely it isn't going to work. Walk away from it. Then got to get that appraisal. Does the appraisal come in on number? And does the 1007 for the rent schedule give you that rent schedule coverage so you can get that DSCR ratio? And then we're off to the races. But you're 6 weeks behind. What does it hurt to be able to spend during the holidays to put offers out on deals? Do your homework. Do your research. Figure out what's on the market. Because there are sellers that are on the market right now that need to sell before the end of the year, tax purposes. Now, if you truly find a sweet deal and you need to close before the end of the year, there's always hard money, and you can always do that. They can close in 3 to 5 days. It's going to cost you, but you got the deal under contract and everything is good from there. But is that hard money at 12, 13, 14, 15% with 2 or 3 origination points up front going to hurt your deal? That's up to you and where you run those numbers. But back to the 6 weeks, it really gets at me. Because if you're going to make a run at 2026, you've got to start out strong. And by doing so, you can't shut down the last 6 weeks of the year and then expect to just turn the faucet back on. And I'll give you an example. There's some wholesalers that I work with, and last year they pretty much shut the faucet off it was late November, beginning December, and everything basically stopped. They did not start closing deals again until March. That was 90 days into the year. More than likely, they were being taxed and they wanted to focus on making sure their taxes were right. But by that point, you've already missed the first half of the year. So what are you going to do? You got to put your foot on the gas pedal. So does that set your year up correctly? Or do you have to plan better at the end of the prior year to say, okay, let's get these deals under contract and make sure that we get them closed in January and February? So you start spacing out your closings. So you always have some type of deal flow coming in, whether you're a wholesaler or you're an end buyer. And that's going to be like the biggest piece that I struggle with in my business is I deal a lot with real estate investors like yourself. And I have clients that shut down. They literally shut down for the last 6 weeks of the month and do nothing. So I am always bringing in new referrals, new leads, always marketing myself to be put out there. Because ultimately, my mainstay investors, I would probably say 40 to 50% of them shut down the last month of the year and do absolutely nothing. Question I've always wanted to ask them, and I have not gotten into an in-depth conversation, is why do they shut down the last 4 weeks of the year or the last 6 weeks of the year? What benefit does that have to them? That's what I'm trying to look for, because ultimately deal flow always translates to revenue. Revenue translates to profit. Profit translates to money in your pocket. And that's where I don't understand is why shutting down for the last 6 weeks is a good business decision for them, because they've done it several years in a row and they've said they've done it pretty much all this way. Great. I just haven't had the ability to sit down and have that conversation with them. And that's where building those relationships, I have good conversations with them, but I haven't built those deep relationships. And that's one of the things that I'm working on in 2026 is my core group of customers, clients that I work with, want to build that deeper relationship, understand what's under the hood, what's driving the business, what's driving them, so I can help them better, offer them different loan products, help them with DSCRs that are out of the box, that don't check the typical box of a lender. Because there are some DSCR lenders that are out there that will actually do some stuff that's outside of the box. I have one that will do owner financing or carryback up to 10%. Not a lot of people take advantage of that. But also, when you're financing at 90%, you're paying a substantial higher rate. The other piece of it is in 2026, I'm looking to expand my business, not just in the DSCR 1 to 4 doors. I'm looking to go 5 to 8 and then apartment complexes. That's what I really want to do, is start looking at 25 doors and up and working on that financing and being able to connect with those investors. So if you're out there that you're in the apartment complex space, I would love to talk to you and see what we can actually do from a financing perspective. Because ultimately, you got to continue to grow your business. You've got to push your bounds. You've got to always make a larger goal for yourself to where we grow and expand our horizons, but better yet, get ourselves out of a comfort zone. And that's where I've been very comfortable in the 1 to 4 space. By all means, the way the year is closing out, I finished 155 last year out of 2,800 loan officers. And this year I'm going to be like 88, 90, right around there out of over 3,000. So I have improved, but I think there's more to do. And that's the other last piece. And I'll end it up here, guys, is we're building a team. I'm bringing on a loan officer assistant where he's going to help really rev up the front end. He's going to do a bunch of cold calling. We're going to do some additional marketing. He's also going to be processing a lot of the paperwork after I actually talk to you guys, where it allows me to spend more time out in the field talking to investors like yourself. But better yet, it gives us more ability to service you guys on a personal level. Another pair of hands, another pair of eyes, another pair of ears. Always better than just one pair or two pairs like we have today. We're going to go to 3 pairs. And if that takes off, we'll look at a 4th set. But ultimately, our goal is to continue to grow our team. I'm in the process of looking at loan officers, bring them on our team so we can actually start marketing that way also. So there's some great things happening for 2026. This will not be our last video for 2025. I just wanted to do a recap on DSCR 2025, talk about shutting down and the pros and cons. And then next week, we're going to do a review of 2025, talk about what 2026 looks like, and we're off to the races. So guys, I hope you guys have a great Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Stay safe and stay healthy.